that Mr. McDonough said he knew my son and that he was going to talk to my son and that I would do whatever he wanted or something to that effect about what to do in cases.
Yeah.
So that was going to hurt you. So I would say, according to this, you failed to be compliant with the terms of your GPS monitor in general. On December 16, 2025, you were taken into custody and possessed a pocket knife. On 12/11/25, you were unsuccessfully terminated from Jeremiah Tree Sober Living. On 12/16/25, you were unsuccessfully terminated from Emerge Treatment. You have a right to be represented by an attorney. If you can't afford an attorney will be appointed to represent you. Would you like to have legal counsel?
No, sir.
Do you admit or deny the allegations?
Your Honor, since you sent me to Emerge a year, let's see, 16 months ago, well, a little bit over that, I completed it twice, stayed up there. I stay up in Greene County. That's my whole recovery family. I'm big on my recovery. Like, my mother-in-law had passed. We buried her last Friday. She put the monitor on me. I stopped at the dollar store and the bank, and she violated me for that. She pulled me out of treatment, arrested me going to Bible study with the owner of Emerge, and it was just terrible. I haven't had no recovery in 2 weeks. Like, I don't know why there was any sense in putting a monitor on me when she helped get me back into Emerge after Jeremiah Tree didn't work out. So the monitor just complicated everything. I haven't been in no trouble. This is my first violation since you sent me there the first time. I had 2 little lapses since then, but I jumped right back up, got right back to treatment. I stay out of Warren County. I don't come down here. My kids moved out of Warren County. I've got all my kids back in my life but one, all my grandkids.
Okay, let's go over this. Defendant failed to be compliant with the terms of his GPS monitor. I realize that's a very broad statement with no specific date or period, but I'm going to assume it was since your last, the last time you were here. So do you admit or deny that you failed to be compliant with the terms?
I had talked to her at 2:30 on Tuesday, and that was Foundations with the owner of Emerge. And she said I was able to go to meetings now after sitting there a week. And I guess the paperwork didn't get done with the director or whatever, but I was standing there talking to the director and that. And he said, yeah, you're allowed to go to meetings. So I went to Foundations. I got up the street. She was sitting in front of Emerge. He texted me and I turned around and I got arrested.
Okay.
I've got my license back now. I almost got my GED. I do a lot of recovery stuff up there. I got great job opportunities. I want it right pat right now, but I can't.
So does he admit or deny the first allegation?
I guess admit, yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Mr. Goodyear, let me finish with him.
Yes, sir.
Please. All right. On 12/16/25. You were taken into custody, found in possession of a pocket knife.
Yeah.
Do you admit or deny that?
Yeah, I admit that. We're allowed carrying pocket knives on us up there.
Okay. I assume that's a violation of a rule.
Yes, Your Honor. He's not allowed to possess, use, or have under his control any firearms, deadly weapons, ammunition, or dangerous ordinances. That includes brass knuckles or pocket knives.
Okay. On 12/11/25, you were unsuccessfully terminated from Jeremiah Tree Sober Living.
Yeah, I'd only been there a week, Your Honor. It was a discipleship program. When the housing and Emerge wasn't working out anymore because I'd been there so long, I went to Jeremiah Tree, which is a branch of Emerge, and with all my kids in my life and my grandkids and me, seeing them all the time and stuff and doing my clinical at Emerge, it just didn't work out. So they let me go, and I went back to Emerge.
And then on 12/16, 5 days later, you were unsuccessfully terminated from Emerge.
When I got arrested, she pulled me out of there. Mrs. Molly Rose, the new PO. I've only had her a week.
You're saying you were terminated from Emerge because you were arrested?
Yeah.
On the PV?
I guess that's what she told me. That's my family. I never heard anything like that, but I haven't talked to them.
So you admit that?
Yeah. Like, I don't know how much longer I've got on probation on. I mean, I do great up there. I wish you could just let me off probation, let me do my recovery. I stay in my recovery. When I come back to Warren County, I fail every time. That's why I don't come down here. The toxic women was my biggest downfall. I stay away from women, period.
Okay, you indicate that you know my son.
Yeah,
Why would you drag that into a conversation?
I
with the
didn't say
probation
that
officer?
to anybody.
Well, what would she make that up?
No, I know. I mean, I might have said that. Like, I know your son a long time ago. I mean, that has anything to do with my recovery.
Has nothing to do with your case.
No.
And my question is, why would you throw that out there to your
I don't
probation
know.
officer?
Probably be just talking or something.
Anything from the state? You admit that, right?
Yes, sir.
Anything from the state?
Judge, first of all, I'm sorry I spoke up. I just didn't understand what he was saying, so I apologize. But what I would say about this is, as actually my opinion of this has changed pretty substantially while he's been talking. All I heard from him is, I've done nothing wrong. My probation officer is basically picking on me, and I don't know why I'm here because I'm a recovery star. And I don't think any of those things are true. I think that he continues to violate, and obviously he's not taking accountability for the violations. So I think the recommendation, Judge, is that the court terminate his probation and sentence him to local time. I think that's the least that should happen here. Looking at his record, he does have a pretty substantial criminal history, including a conviction for burglary in 2017, which included a prison term. So I would think, Judge, either him getting a 6-month local jail term with no credit or a term in prison would be appropriate, because it just seems pretty clear his attitude in this situation is not would not work with a community control sanction.
Okay, thank you. Anything you want to say? You get the final word.
I'm not a recovery star by far, Your Honor. I mean, I do good when I'm up there, you know, because I got over 300 people that are sober up there, you know, that I know and I stay around. But I'm no recovery star by far.
Well, I don't know exactly what you expect me to do with that statement. I'm not a recovery star. That means you're not complying with your community control, correct?
Right.
Okay. So you're not amenable to community control. I have two options. I have two primary options. 1, local jail time. 2, prison. 3, a community-based correctional facility. Have you done those before?
Yeah, CCC twice, Turtle Creek 3 or 4 times.
Okay.
Didn't work out there because it was so flooded with drugs. Like, I was sober at CCC, and then I come over to Turtle Creek, and then, you know, it relapsed in like a week. I do have an assessment at 2:30 for a program in Dayton, Armada, because I was just getting back into my IOP again. I would have been off probation in September, but I had that little lapse, so she extended it.
This allegation, neither of you did it, but it's so vague, it's hard to know what to do with it. I was thinking about ordering an assessment and seeing what the assessment recommended. And I think I'd like the officer here to get into a little more detail about, I think I have a general idea, he just doesn't follow the rules. But, just the vagueness of the statement. Failed to report, failed to be compliant with the terms of his GPS monitor. I don't know if he cut it off. I don't know if he missed one call. I don't know any details about that. Now, then the pocket knife, shouldn't have it. I agree. I've seen worse. 12/11, he's unsuccessfully terminated from Jeremiah Tree Sober Living. That's a significant violation. What did he do? No idea what he did. You know, it's just like, and I'm not lecturing you two, I'm just telling you why. I can't figure out what to do. And then he is unsuccessfully terminated from Emerge. I can just assume all these things and send you to prison. I was real irritated when you told your officer, because I have no idea. I've never met you before other than in this courtroom.
Yeah.
And I don't consult with any of my family members about what to do in cases.
Yeah.
So that was going to hurt you. So I would say if that ever came up again, one, I could just get off the case and let one of the other judges deal with you.
Yeah.
Which I may do. Let me think about that. Or two is deal with yourself and your officer. Don't be dragging other people into this. So we're going to reset this with the officer present, and if we could get an assessment. I don't know who he's getting an assessment with, but if you would check to see if that's somebody that we rely on, that's good. If not, just we can have him assessed as well.
Your Honor, I believe that Officer Rose sent an email about Armana, I believe is how you say
Armana.
it. We don't correlate with them very often. She doesn't have very much knowledge of the facility and what all it entails. But as far as an in-custody assessment goes, we could definitely send the coach here to do an assessment.
Okay, sounds good. Thank you. All right, we'll see you next time.
Thank you, sir.
Good afternoon. This is State of Ohio versus Jackie McDonough. Case number is 23CR41206. Mr. McDonough is present. Without counsel, the state is represented by Brian Goodyear. We had this reset to have the officer here on the case. But first, after thinking about it a bit, I wanted to address this with you, Mr. Goodyear. The officer put some language in the email to me, I believe. Yeah, the email that she sent to me, that Mr. McDonough said he knew my son and that he was going to talk to my son and that I would do whatever he wanted or something to that effect. So I've never spoken to my son about this. I have no idea if he has, but I'm wondering if I should recuse myself. I don't want the appearance of impropriety.
Right.
And if I have 4 kids, and they all went to Lebanon schools, so there's going to be a lot of people who know my kids, but very few actually make a statement like that. So
right.
I'm happy to recuse myself on the case, and I'll ask the state and Mr. McDonough, do you, I wasn't happy with those remarks, and I told you.
I said I knew your son from like back in the day when he was like mentoring and stuff. I never said I was going to speak to him.
Well, officer, what was said?
Your Honor, I took over Mr. McDonough's case back at the beginning of November, and his other officer pre-warned me, and there were case notes made that every time something was said that Mr. McDonough did not like, he brought up the fact that he knew your son and that he would get out of whatever he wanted. When I arrested him, he stated, I'll talk to Scott about this, you can't arrest me on this. I had another officer there that could verify that, as well as in my first office visit with him. I told him he was not eligible for early termination, and he stated that he would talk to your son to get it approved.
That's a lie.
So it's a history over the last year and some change of him saying these kinds of things.
I think that's enough. I think I should just have this case sent to another judge.
Okay. Just set for a further hearing.
I'm sorry? Yeah. We're gonna.
Your Honor, how much time, like she said I had 80 days on the shelf. Could I just set my time, remainder time out in here and get off probation? Because it's just destroying my life. I'm trying to go to tractor trailer school. I've done a merge you know, up there 3-4 times. It's just been 2 years of treatment, and like, it's just slowing me down with everything that I'm trying to get my goals going.
Okay, well, if you do your time, you're not going to get out any later than you would if we set this over in front of another judge.
So the days will just keep coming off still?
Yeah, yeah. the
Okay, that's
days-
fine with me.
Days are accumulating.
Yeah, I
We'll-
want to
we'll
say
get
for the
another
record
judge.
that nothing was ever said like that. I know your son, like, you know, a lot of people know your son, you know, but I mean, he's a good guy, you know, and never said that I would try to get a hold of him for anything like that.
Well, it doesn't look good, so I'd rather just not have the appearance of
Right.
impropriety. So we'll have this rolled to a different judge, and we'll notify you of the hearing date.
Thank you, sir.
All right, that's all.
This is the case of the State of Ohio versus Jackie McDonough, case 23 CR 41206. Present before the court is Mr. McDonough, right? Good morning. We have Mr. Harris from the prosecutor's office, Officers Rosen Schmidt from probation. We're here today, Mr. McDonough, because we have received a report that alleges you have violated the terms of your supervision. Officer Rose, what's the allegation?
Your Honor, the allegations are that the defendant did violate general condition number 5, in which the defendant failed to be compliant with the terms of his GPS monitor given during a technical sanction. General condition number 6, in which on December 16, 2025, while being taken into custody, he was found in possession of a pocket knife that he failed to tell probation about. General condition number 13, in which on December 11, 2025, the defendant was unsuccessfully terminated from Jeremiah Tree Sober Living, and on December 16, 2025, the defendant was unsuccessfully terminated from the Emerge Treatment Center.
Mr. McDonough, you have the right to be represented by a lawyer in these proceedings. If you can't afford one, I'll appoint a lawyer for you. Do you want to be represented by a lawyer?
No, Your Honor.
Do you admit or do you deny that you violated the terms of your probation?
Yeah, I violated, Your Honor.
Based upon your admission, I find you have violated the terms of probation. What do you want to tell me about this?
I've been at Emerge up there 2 years, Your Honor, since Judge Peeler helped me get my life together up there. I was doing real good. I've had 2 little lapses in 26 months. I got passed around through probation, like 3 different probation officers. I got Miss Rose, had her a week, had to monitor her, had a funeral that day. I stopped and got gas in that. I got violated for that and left the. I didn't have my schedule with her set in paperwork, so when I left Emerge to go to a meeting that night, I got violated for that. I did have a pocket knife on me. We were allowed to carry them up there, but you know, with probation, I've been on it so long I forgot about the pocket knife. I've got 50 days left right now. I'd like to set it out if I can in the jail and get done with all this, so I can go to. I'm trying to get to tractor trailer school, CDL. And it's in Missouri. I have 5 kids, 3 grandkids out there. I do have a life out there.
What's our jail days?
110, Your Honor.
Mr. Harris, anything from the state?
Your Honor, in my assessments, he has been non-compliant, totally non-compliant since the last time. He's been to a couple programs and was terminated, and it looks like in fairly short order, that being from Jeremiah Tree Sober Living and Emerge. Also was non-compliant with GPS monitor, so I don't believe he is amenable to community control, and would ask that he serve out his time.
Officer Rose?
Just like we discussed in chambers, Your Honor, I don't think that Mr. McDonough is at a point where he's ready to be compliant with community control. I don't think it benefits him any further to be on it. We have no position whether he serves jail time or what kind of incarceration that he serves.
Anything else you want to tell me, Mr. McDonough?
No, Your Honor.
All right, court's going to order that you serve 180 days in jail. I'm going to credit you the 110 that you have already done. You are still on community control while you're in the jail. So if
Yes,
you
sir.
get caught with drugs, get in a fight,
Yeah.
I could still send you to prison for up to the maximum penalty, which is 12 months in prison. Do your days, be done with us.
How many days do I have, Your Honor?
You have 70 days left to do.
Okay. Thank you, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, Mr. McDonough.
Thank you. Thank you, Ms. Rose.